Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Now guys, let's take a look at the gold market. Recall what we have discussed in our weekly research. On the weekend we said that probably it makes sense to make the bet on the weekly pattern. Because on the weekly we've got the bearish grabber. I will show you if you forget about it. So that's our weekly chart and that's the pattern. That is the pearl of our analysis, the short-term perspective. The point is that that's the grabbers that we would like to deal with because it stands in a direction of the previous thrust down. So this is supportive grabber for this previous trend, and these grabbers always are stronger than the grabbers that stands in opposite direction to the former trend. So, what is the real objective of this grabber is that loss. So you can see this is really big journey that we could join, and as you can see that is approximately 1194 and the low stands at 1140. So that's really big journey. It's $50 per contract, really significant action. But guys, what's more interesting is that if market will appear here, it will not leave behind that loss. It's 1130. And if it will not be left behind these lows, it will trigger the stops that have been placed here. And that will lead market right to this point. It's completing point of this big ABCD and the completing point of this butterfly buy pattern. So as you can see, that is this nested doll. So lows follows to the lows, then the stops that should be grabbed. And that will add, these stops will give the acceleration to the market, and that will let market to reach this level. That's our medium-term analysis that we expect to get. Right now, we see that market is starting to work with this grabber, and it's really starting to move down. And this grabber is working. And right now, we should discuss how we could join this possible action down. So on the daily time frame chart, as you can see, we haven't got any grabbers that we have expected to get that at least could confirm and to hold the intrigue of this possible upward action. But this hasn't happened. Right now, market stands below the MACD predictor. So it means that trend stands at the eve of turning to the bearish, but it's not been confirmed yet. At the same time, guys, if we will follow to the technical rules to the letter, the real invalidation point for the bullish setup stands right here. So if market only will take out of these lows, that will give us the clarity and confidence that the bulls have been broken and market will move simultaneously below the monthly pivot point. Until this will happen, market at least theoretically keeps chance on the possible upward action. That's why, since some risk still exists of the possible failure of the grabber that we have on the weekly, we need to take the position as close to its validation point as possible. And its validation point of this bearish scenario based on the grabber stands right here. So as closer to this low, to the stops, we will take position, it will be better. From that perspective, we need to take a look at the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, recall what we have discussed. We said that that's probably the double bottom pattern, and market could move slightly higher. Here was the fib level, 618 resistance, and market was slightly lower than this level, and the target of this double top stands right at this level. So if you forget this analysis, you could read the weekly research, the hourly chart, and you will remember what we have talked about. But market hasn't quite reached this area and hasn't continued to move higher, as we said, and turned to the downside immediately. As a result, but right now we still have the chance of the possible taking the retracement, sell the rally, because you can see the market is forming big butterfly buy pattern that has the target approximately at 1187. Right now you can see that market is moving up and holds tight because market first has reached the weekly pivot support 1 and second if you will plot the extension, you'll see that it's also the 618 extension of this ABCD. So you can see 618 target. That could hold market for some time, but despite whether market will start retracement here from that level or it will continue to move slightly lower to the bottom line, will start retracement, keep an eye on this possible confluence resistance. That could become the nice area for the possible taking the short position. So that's 12. Right now with these lows, this is 1202 area. If market will shift slightly lower, then this level also will drift slightly lower, maybe to the 12 even area. So when the market will complete these patterns, maybe this butterfly or will start retracement here, that could be the chance for the possible taking short and possess ourselves based on the weekly grabber with the possible target at minimum at 1140. That's our short-term view on the gold market. Currently, guys, we do not see anything else here. That's in fact the all patterns that we have, and let's hope that we will get the chance to join the possible rally to the downside.